Hi, all. So, this is my dream that I'm sharing with you guys about the mark of the beast. The other night, I had a dream about the mark of the beast, and in this dream, God was revealing to me as I was asleep. I was in a mall. I saw um, what I was wearing. I was wearing like a light pink, and I saw other people who had on robes. Their robes was red and black, and we began to walk in like a unison form, like a formed line, and we began to walk, and we walked outside, and there were people that began to sit down up against the fence, and there was this lady. As I looked to my left and right, I saw everybody had like a chip in their hand, and it was like glowing or whatever. And the lady asked me, she was like, "Wait, let me see your hand. You don't have a mark. You're not marked, by the beast. You don't have a mark." And I'm like, um, "Yeah, I don't want one." And I walked away, and that's when I woke up. I woke up and I prayed, right? So when I prayed, I actually went back to sleep and began to continue on in this same dream. And in this dream, this time I was in the spirit. I was no longer there. I was in the spirit. So I was seeing what was going on. And I saw like this form, it was like a stand. It was like a white stand. And where like I could read off of the thing. And it said four stages of the mark of the beast. There's going to be four stages in which the elites and yeah, they will try to push this in the Antichrist, right? So number one was the free will. So number one, you will have free will to get this mark. You will have the free will to get it. So some people have already received this, but this time is people is just going to be different going forward in the future. It's just going to be a lot different. This chip, this type of chip is just different. This is a new system that they're trying to make. It's a beast system, but the first one would be at your free will. No force, free will, right? These are for the people who lack discernment, who are not followers of Christ. They're just going to get it at free will. They don't care. Number two is going to be celebrity influence. So there is going to be an outpouring of celebrities, right? There's going to be like a mob of celebrities, like a group of celebrities that are going to try to influence their followers to try to get this mark, right? That is going to be the number two stage. Few years back, I had a dream where I was at a gas station, and I saw there was this man, which I believe was the Antichrist, inside of this car. And then I saw like a group of celebrities. One of those celebrities was TD Jakes. And I revealed this, a few years ago. And now God has brought it back to my remembrance as I after I had this dream. So yes, celebrity influence is the second stage. The third one will be practical force. So this is basically practically forcing you to um, get the mark by saying you can't work, or no food, no supplies, not being able to provide for your family. And a lot of, like how they did with COVID during the pandemic, they they basically practically forced people to get this vaccine, because if they can't provide for their family, how can they do it? So that was just setting the stage for how they're going to introduce this B system. They was just setting the stage for to see if they were going to fall in line, right? If to see if they were who was going to fall in line, and the majority of people did. They wore the mask, they got the temperature checked on their left hand and their forehead. That was setting the stage. I got that revelation from Prophetess Tiffany. She shared that when they check the temperature, they're checking the temperature on your left hand and your forehead. And that was just basically example, just an example of how this beast system was going to be, right? That was just setting this, like I said, setting the stage. That wasn't it, but that was just an example of what's soon to manifest. Um, so yes, the fourth thing that was I saw the word military force. They're now introducing a system of forcing you. If you don't take it, it's or else. Is they're going to kill you if for the people who don't receive the mark. And that was the conclusion of this dream. So take this dream, take this word back to the Lord. It's prophetic word, and always pray. God bless.